and then make her this, well, this raunchier, sexier artist. It works with her first, well, number one, Promiscuous. The Sound, which apparently was a project with Danger, Nate Danger and Tills, another producer, that took some time to build up, heavy on drums and stuff like that. That worked. Oh, and then there's also the Neptunes. Speaking of sounds and production, Neptunes, according to some report in 2003, in August or something like that, had taken over 43% of the music which was on the American airwaves. In other words, they produced so much music that just under half of the output on the radio had been produced by them. That's Chattanooga and Pharrell Williams. Very prolific and very infectious sound. I'm sure if you haven't heard of some of their music before, you would have heard it by the end of this video. And then that's a movement into 2008 onwards. What happened? But what happened? I can't answer the question. I mean, even before that date, even before we got there, we had the influx of one-hit wonders that we thought would be the case, like Soulja Boy and those sorts of people. Jay Holiday, The Dream, as a solo artist and a producer. And 2008 comes and sales just diminish. In fact, the drop of sales has been much faster every year since 2008, at least in America, than all the time before. This may be a bit boring to those who don't like this Nielsen SoundScan material, but I recall an album of Sean Combs, Diddy's at the time, called Press Play. It topped the charts in summer 2006 with 170,000 copies. That's not a lot, but that worked in that time, 2006. In 2008, Fearless, well, 2009 actually, Fearless had topped the charts for a good 12 weeks non-consecutively, and sales had been as low as 90,000 or something like that. That's not. That's even worse. That might as well have been less than half of what Diddy sold at that time with Press Play. Now, there are usually weeks in the year when sales are just unexceptionally low, for albums at least. And with Taylor Swift's fame, or her rise to fame in a commercial mainstream sense, would think that she would change the record in some sort of way, but she hasn't. Okay, on the charts, she's managed to have a number one album for 12 weeks or something like that. But the numbers, the sales, they haven't been that impressive. So what does that mean? One thing we can say from that date is that sales have gone down. That's the prediction. No one buys albums anymore. No one buys albums in the form of CDs, at least. We even had Coldplay release Viva La Vida or Death to All of His Friends with the largest amount of downloads for number one album. I don't know what the percentage was, but there was a lot of downloads. And we also actually, more importantly, had Hope for Haiti Now, released last year when the Haiti earthquake crisis came up. Topped the charts, only on downloads, solely on downloads. That was a lot. So downloads have gone on the rise, but haven't overtaken CD sales, not just. So in general, people don't buy music anymore, it's shared. Music is now shared. In Europe, I don't know if people in America who are watching this I haven't forgot Spotify yet, but in Europe, Spotify is a big thing. Spotify is a service by which people can upload, in some ways, their favorite music, and all the music that's kept in there on a database, people can make playlists of it. It's taken off. Now, the advent of software like Spotify and YouTube and stuff like that, that's made it necessary, in some ways, to just not buy a single anymore. Well, definitely not to buy an album. People just aren't interested in albums. And it's come to a point in time where people feel that, well, music buyers in general feel that albums are just a letdown. The albums haven't got that consistency and coherence that they want. You can take a 12 or 13 song album. Okay, let's take Kesha's album, Animal. You can take an album like that. You've got a single or two, like TikTok or whatever, and then you've got I've forgotten that other single. It was somewhere, and it had some feels featuring some people, and then you've got the rest of the songs. That's just all. It's not so good. It's filler. It's a letdown. JLS, their debut album, their eponymous debut album is another example. You have the singles, but then you've got filler, and it happens a lot now. It happens whereby producers and marketers and those involved in the recording process don't put that much energy into making an album which is full of creativity, or which is at least consistent, or as good as the singles they put out. Could also mean that in this period in time, record labels are taking the reins more than artists, which isn't necessarily a good thing. There have been exceptions to the rule. One exception is Lady Gaga, Stefani Germanotti. I hope I pronounced that right. Right now, she has, in essence, managed to come from somewhere in New York, perform many gigs and small clubs or whatever, get onto comic music, and to Def Jam on Scope. All with this possession of her creativity and the bag of the chest of songs with her. Now, I don't know to this day any artist that has been allowed to do such a thing and record and have commercial success like her. But this isn't sort of like tribute to Lady Gaga. It's just to say that she's managed to buck the trend. So is Susan Boyle, actually. Susan Boyle was a contestant on Britain's Got Talent some years ago. Now, she didn't win. She was second. Yeah, she was second. Diversity one. They're a dance group or dance troupe, or some will say dance troupe. Now, with her first album, I Dreamed a Dream, it went 4 times platinum or something like that in America. It was released in the holiday season of 2009. How does that happen? I don't know. It even stopped Alicia Keys' long-awaited album, The Element of Freedom, topping the charts. Well, that explains everything. A refined, good artist, in the commercial sense and in the creative sense, is stopped from topping the charts due to a reality TV show contestant. Well, that's all Britain's Got Talent is. A talent show contestant, to be more accurate, getting there first. Or we can just say, getting there with all the appeal and hype that Simon Cowell can muster with her time in America. Because she did do some promotion for that album in America. The album wasn't that good, but it still topped the charts. Now, for an album like that's topped the charts, the music industry is not doing as good as it should be. That's one statement. So it's as if that producer T-Pain got it right. If you're not Susan Boyle and you're not Lady Gaga, you're not going to sell records anymore. In fact, going on to T-Pain, T-Pain has an album which is mastered and produced and recorded, and he says he's not releasing it. He's withholding it because he wants to wait for album sales to pick up, a grandiose statement, to say the least.